While many practitioners in the mental health field are loath to refer to a narcissist as psychopathic, let's examine the traits listed and conclusions of a study by a Dr. Essie Viding, professor of developmental psychopathology at the University College London, England. She lists 5 traits of psychopathy as follows. Number 1, a lack of remorse or guilt. Number 2, a lack of empathy. Number 3, a shallow affect or no connection with other people. Number 4, highly manipulative. Number 5, a sense of being more important than others. While her studies did not intend to correlate the similarities between narcissists and psychopaths, the traits just listed are nearly identical to that of a narcissist, which are as follows. Number 1, grandiose self-importance. Number 2, lacking empathy. Number 3, exploitative of others. And number 4, manipulative. Number 5, lacking guilt. The goal of her study was focused on the possible genetic predisposition of children to becoming psychopathic in later years. Apparently, children are not diagnosed as psychopathic even when they exhibit traits which in adulthood would identify them as such. The study focused on the amygdala, which is an almond-shaped structure on either side of the lower back of the brain. It is the primary processor of our sensory systems, such as visual, auditory, olfactory, touch, pain, and fear. The study utilized fMRIs, or functional magnetic resonance imaging, to monitor the amygdala's response to images of faces depicting fear and pain. Storyboards were also used to test the responsiveness of people in distress. The test subjects were identical and non-identical twins. By monitoring the degree of responsiveness of the amygdala in real time, the response could be correlated to a specific image. As the amygdala is responsible for processing incoming messages from our senses, it holds the key to how we react and respond to stimuli. During testing, they found the subjects lacked a response as if they could not recognize what they could not feel. It was predictive of a lack of recognition and reaction to other people's emotions. It is important to note that the responsiveness is completely automatic. There is no processing involved. In fact, the normal responses an amygdala produces are purely reactive, while the higher brain functions take over and determine our course of action. So an amygdala which simply does not respond sufficiently to stimuli to trigger higher brain functioning processes essentially leaves the reptilian part of the brain in control. This low response correlated to traits which were predictive of psychopathy. It also found that identical twins' responses in fMRI testing were identical. This confirmed a genetic predisposition, and the traits predicting psychopathy are inheritable. The two main traits for narcissism and psychopathy are a lack of empathy and a lack of guilt. Without empathy or guilt, you would be capable of doing anything to anybody at any time without shame or remorse. These concepts would have, in a real sense, no meaning at all beyond a dictionary definition. There is an animal fable which originated in Russia. It describes a scorpion asking a frog to carry it across the river. The frog declines to do so, afraid the scorpion will sting the frog and kill it. The scorpion explains that if he did that, they would both drown. The frog sees the logic and agrees to carry the scorpion across the river. Halfway across the river, the scorpion stings the frog. dooming them both. The dying frog asks the scorpion why it stung him, to which the scorpion replies, "It's my nature." Practitioners that say that they can treat these personality distorted people abound. They speak about how difficult it would be and how long the process would take. But does anyone really believe that a person who already knows that they are perfect and blameless would truly engage in a process of transformation? How could you possibly get a thing to stop acting in its own interest? The grandiose delusions, the omnipotence, the freedom to do anything to anybody, no guilt, no remorse, no empathy, never ever sympathetic, and it's all just another day in the life of a psychopathic narcissist. The sad, horrible irony is they don't even know what they do or why they do it. They just do it because it is in their nature to do so.